how do we get a more holistic strategy where we are integrating these yard operations into the larger supply chain optimization? So Rick, now that we know what didn't work, how do we really get there? How, as a company, as a CPG company, should they look at a more holistic strategy around the yard?
Yeah, I think this goes back to something both Matt and Scott have said, and Bart, you said, is you've got to start with understanding the problem that you need to solve and the outcome that you're trying to deliver. And you know, in the Clorox world, we had that inventory of problems we needed to solve. We force ranked them based on a few filters, either financial risk, reputational risk, regulatory risk, compliance, or customer risk. And then basically put them in order of the things that we needed to do. And I think that's where yard management you've got to understand the challenge that you're facing to make sure you get it ranked properly in that inventory of problems. And given the amount that's at stake on what turns out to be, in many cases, the final mile between you and your customers, it really has not received the attention that it needs to receive.
Yeah, very good. Scott, your point of view?
It's very good. And Rick, I'm very familiar with that story that you shared. So yes, we'll share some notes someday. No, Rick's right, and I'll just build on it. And that is, I think most CPGs and retailers and similar kind of companies, they can't afford to overlook the opportunity that sits in the yard because maybe it's been given to the 3PLs to do, or the manufacturing sites oversee that themselves. It's too disruptive to kind of shake that loose. But if you start talking about an opportunity of delivering in fact, with better service, of delivering upwards of 5, 8, 10, 20, 30 millions of dollars of opportunity a year by improving the efficiency in the yard, by executing the same strategies you do in the mill and inside the DC, then we owe it to ourselves, the CPG community owes it to ourselves to go after that. And if the strategy hasn't been reviewed in the last 4 to 5 years, then shame on us as a community for not putting our best foot forward. And I think the capabilities that Rick has described and Matt is bringing to the market are absolutely the right kind of capabilities, and it's disruptive, and it needs to be because this area has not been disrupted in far too long.